Hey, what's going on, YouTube? I want to tell you about my Astral experience that I had last night. I also want to let you guys know this is not the first take, because it keeps on cutting off my damn head. So hopefully I'm in screen. Alright, last night I started off with a nice meditation. Put on something that can really help my pineal gland. Sat down in meditation. At first, what was I thinking? I was just thinking about going with the sensation of my breath. Just want to breathe and listen to my breath. Then I was like, alright, let me put my focus behind my eyes. This is what they always say. Put your focus behind your eyes. Then I was like, let me focus directly on the pineal gland. Then I started something that I never tried before. I was like, okay, just from thinking of my pineal gland, I can actually feel my pineal gland. So what I was trying to do was massage my pineal gland. With what? I have no idea. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to try to explain that. But I can feel a sensation around the pineal gland, and I could feel exactly where it was, and I was just focusing on that, like tickling it, stimulating my pineal gland. Kept on doing that. The next thing I know, I lose consciousness for about 5 seconds, and I reawaken to the galaxy. I'm looking at a whole clusters of stars. I'm like, oh shoot. Then I kind of snap back, boom. And now I'm seeing images of football players, and they got all these echoes and colors behind them just drifting off of them. And I'm getting all these like echoey colors that fade into each other behind them. And all these people, and these colors are fading off of them, and everything's zooming forward and zooming back. And then I get these beings in my view, and it's just incredible. Feels good. Now, awareness is not attached to my body, so for a second I was out of my body, but the whole sensation was great. It was definitely a pineal gland activation to some sort. Stimulation. There you go. Let's use that. Alright, then after that, obviously I went to bed. It was nighttime. I went to bed. I did not feel like astral projecting because I had a sense of something that I did not feel like dealing with at the time. So I was like, okay, I don't want to go out of my body. I don't want to see nothing crazy right now. Alright, I just want to go to sleep. Lucid dream. I did say this before I went to sleep. I said, lucid dream, yeah, I won't mind it. Then I go to sleep. I had a couple fantastic dreams, very, very vivid. Then it led me to this. I was on a basketball court. It was dark. Like I can hardly see what was in front of me. Like there'd be blurry black spots. This is what happens when you're in the astral plane, when you project it, and you don't say, give me light, or just clear, and it'll just brighten up, just like that. But I wasn't aware where I was. I just thought I was outside, you know. I thought it was like, you know, this reality. I'm looking at the rim. I was like, I can hardly see that. Pass me the ball. I shoot. Boom. Nothing. Shoot again. Boom. Nothing. I'm like, what? I should have been hitting this. I was like, alright, come on. I got this. And I come back. I was like, nothing? This was so weird to me. Because how I was shooting it, I should have at least hit one of these things. Out of 3 times, I should have made one of those. Then I was like, okay. I run to the top of the key. Go for a 3-pointer. Pass me the ball. I come up. I look at the rim, the backboard. I couldn't see anything. But as I walked away, me and my friend heard. So I was like, okay, it made it. Then just it making it kind of left the idea of, okay, I couldn't see it. But in that reality, it didn't matter. Why do I need to see it? It made it. And that's true. It's simple, but it's very true. Something that we underrate here. Then from there, we end up just driving for a long time. It was just a long drive. We ended up in this building. Where? I have no idea where we were. But now we had that company of two ladies. And I went through a drawer and I found a phone. A black phone. A black and yellow phone. And I look at this phone, I was like, this is my old phone that I had 7, 8 years ago. I was like so blown away. I was like, wow. I forgot all about this phone. I was like, I wonder if I click it, what number will show up on the screen. You know, it was a regular flip phone, you know. And I pressed it, it was like, you know, 401 728 1794. I got a pretty good damn memory. Then I was like, man, I wonder if I call myself, what is my number? I was trying to, like, what was my number? I'm going to call somebody. And I think the person I went to call was like DC. That's what the name was. DC. Try to get the number. But I didn't go through the phone call for some reason. And I happened to find like $400. I was like, wow. But I didn't think anything of it. I just, you know, stuffed it in my pocket, kept it moving. Now, we're heading out of this place, wherever we were. And we just end up, no matter of fact, I don't think we ever left that place. That's what it was. Now it makes sense. Yeah, I was in the same building, but it kind of just, you know, changed. The other area looked it more comfortable, I would say. This looked like a place that I actually lived at before when I was younger in California, San Diego. I went into this room that was obviously my room in the past, and there was this shelf. For some reason, I immediately went down to the bottom shelf. I pulled down the bottom shelf. My boy was sitting on the left-hand side of me, and I'm going through it, and I see $800. What? And I started stuffing this. My friend was like, oh, no. He's going to find out. You don't want to find out. I'm like, oh, shit. He is going to find out. Damn, I don't want him to notice. I was like, this is my money. What am I thinking? Like, who cares if he finds out? I put all the money in my pocket. Then, the clothes that was in the drawer, I started stuffing them in some bags. Putting them in my bags, stuffing them. My friends are still there, on the side of me. I'm stuffing my clothes. Now, I don't remember holding the bags out, but I had the bags. But I leave. I walk through a sliding door. Walk right out. Nice kitchen. Walked out. Ended up in a car. But I wasn't actually in the car. I was looking at the car. But the car was my vehicle because when I moved, it moved. I'm not talking about Chris. But my friend, I guess he wanted to ride. And he was falling behind me. But I was like, kind of stay here. And I was saying this while the car was moving. I'm seeing it from the top view. But he was just kind of like running. Then I went down the street. Took me like 5 seconds. And I went to this big fenced off park. The lights was on. This thing was beaming. It was just glowing. Anybody that been to the Astral, they know how vibrant the lights are. Like, when the light is on, I mean the light is on. It's like fireflies. But I could see this whole beautiful park that had this big field for baseball, and on the side there was a basketball court. And now I'm out of the car, I guess, and I'm flying, looking down on the park. And I'm thinking to myself, I know this park. Where did I know this park from? where did I know this park from? Then when I look over, I see my friend just going across. Like he went way down the street, he's taking a turn, and I'm watching him. Then he takes another turn, and he goes into this apartment complex. I was like, oh, shoot, I live over there. Okay, all right. Then I do the same thing that he just did. Now go down the street, and before you take the right turn into the apartment complex on the left-hand side, there was a building. It said 100 Hawkins. I was like, wow, that's... In my head, that was a lawyer firm. I was like, all right, I take this right. I go into the apartment buildings. I end up in the room. You know, just with a thought, boom, I'm there. I'm in the room, and I'm laying on my stomach, looking at this TV. My brother's playing PlayStation. I'm just watching. It looks like some kind of a fighting game, like a Mortal Kombat and a Street Fighter. It looked more like a Street Fighter, a Tekken. I'm waiting for my turn. All right, I'm laying belly up under my clothes, some of my clothes. I got one of the bags here that's halfway open, clothes coming out, and another bag back here. Guess who's right there? Always my friend. He's sitting right there going through my clothes. And I was like, no, you can't use my clothes. Cause my brother likes to use my clothes and he never asks, and I don't like that. Even though I'm not even sure if she was gonna ask, it's just my response for the situation for some reason. Then I realized, okay, my money's in this bag. I just said that to get him to stop going through my bag and maybe come over my money and be like, oh, shit, there's money in here. I turn around to the left-hand side to the back of me, and there was a marble counter. That was about this high, if you guys can see my hand. I got the same thing in my room. I went to this marble counter, and there was this nice, very high, expensive walkie-talkie. And I look at it, examine it, pick it up. I said, I wonder who's on the other side. I wonder who's gonna pick up. When did I buy a walkie-talkie? Who knows? Clicked it. I heard a static. Said, hello? Some guy said, are you the one that's gonna be bringing my groceries? Who is this? Are you the one? Are you the kid that's gonna come and bring me my groceries? Who is this? Oh no, I'm not that guy. No, I'm not. I didn't want to tell him my name. I was like, nah. I'm not that guy. Okay, sorry. I hang up. I put it back. Boom. For some reason, it doesn't cut off. I can still hear the static. And these guys talking. My friend and my brother, they're talking. I'm like, shh. I don't want them to hear what you guys are saying. Hold on, let me just... I take it, I look at it again, and it's so detailed. And in this perception that I'm going through, and in this state of mind, it's so nice to look at anything. It's amazing. On the astral plane, everything is just amazing. You can find joy in just looking at things. That easy. I look at it, I'm like, wow, this thing is detailed. Then I come to the side and there's a column of buttons on the side. And there was a black button that said power that had a circle red outline. I was like, okay, this must turn it off. I clicked it. Now look, and there was also blue light inside of a see-through kind of display case kind of thing that it had going on. It was cool. I put it back, boom. And from there, I think that I came back. Because I'm not catching anything else. Not at this time. But that was a great, great experience, you know. But it's more than that. It's more than just an experience. It's more than, oh, I took a trip and I was there before, or whatever, however you want to place it, I analyze it. These things, you don't have to analyze them. They just are. You just learn, you observe, you take it in, and you take what you can, and you move on. You don't stay there analyzing things that happened in the past, you know, because you'll be in the past. But all of those things were significant, especially to this day. Happened last night. Okay, I'm right. That phone to me, that represented a new era of me seeing money, making a new connection to money. And that's what's taking place now in this life, right here, right now. That the girls and my friend, that's also a scenario that's going to be taking place probably tomorrow or next week. Okay. And when I went to that place, when I went to that other building, or when I found my room that closed, I always kept money in my drawer, and it was about $800 to $1,200. Don't ask me why. You know, I just, you know, that was me back then. You know, I did that. Okay. I always had that amount of money in my drawer, you know, because at that time in my life, I was used to having a lot of money. It was just always around, you know. And those clothes that was in that drawer was actually clothes from a place in San Diego that I left my clothes when I was a young child, you know, and I always wanted to go back and go get those clothes when I was around that age anyway. Because, you know, they were mine and I wanted them, you know. So, then after that, you know, the basketball, of course I went to play basketball today. And I went to play basketball yesterday. So that sheds a little light on that. That's just something that was in my subconscious, okay? Then, and it was just like, the law firm actually went to go see a lawyer today. And we was talking about what? Money. And on top of that, I just got a check in the mail. I got some money in the mail today. I mean, what a coincidence, huh? This is phenomenal. I mean, if we sit here and we don't just analyze, I mean, we don't have to break it down, we don't have to get specific, we don't have to know for sure anything, because we'll never know for sure anything. There are no facts. But if we can look at our experience that we have in the astral or any kind of experience and hold information that works for you, we'll learn something. Like me, I had the whole template of this day. Like, of this whole day. Even with the money in my pocket, I went to go get a lineup today. And I was having to, like, try to find the exact bill that I want to grab out of my pocket, so I won't have to bring all this money out. If you don't remember earlier, when I was talking about the dream, I was saying, wow, people are going to see all the money that I have in my pocket, how I'm stuffing it in there. And my money was kind of stuffed together, crumbled, whatever. Not crumbled, but, you know, it was stuffed together, and it was kind of difficult to get the bill that I wanted. And the guy said, that was cutting my hair, he was like, oh, it looks like you got to kind of snake that bill out, so I can't see how much money you got in your pocket. I'm saying, there's no coincidences in life. So I hope you guys take a little closer look at your astral experience also. Just saying. Well, like always, I appreciate you guys' time. I truly love you guys. because loving you is loving me, and loving me is loving you, because we are all one. If you appreciated this video, give it a thumbs up. If you're not already subscribed, please do so now. If there's any topics that you want me to touch on, I will try my best. Don't be afraid to drop a note, because I will talk to you. If you want any of my services, my website's there. And even if anybody has any business opportunities, I'm always willing to expand my consciousness, you know what I'm saying, and try to meet people and to further myself in life. Like I said, I love you guys, and I will see you on the next one.